Hello Virgo, and welcome to your February 2019 Lenormand reading. I'm Jade with yesYesYes, and we're going to do a Grand Tableau spread today. And this is all 36 cards being laid out, and it's for your February. I love this spread because this is probably the most accurate readings that I give and receive. I do them once a month, and it just kind of gives me an idea of where everything is laid out in life. So we're going to do like a quick and dirty. It's really very general, but if you're interested in having a personal reading done, just reach out, and all of that information is in the box below. We're using the Gilded Reverie Lenormand today. And let's see where we begin. That is it for Virgo. All right. So I'm going to show you the cards and lay them out, and then we'll talk about them. There's the masculine and the rider. The sun card and the ship. The letter. And this is the tower. The mountain. And the star card. All right. The birds, the bouquet, there's the park, and the scythe, the clover, I like them next to the scythe, the cross, I've got some bubbliness, the clouds, and the book. Okay, last line here, we've got the bear. This is not the last line, it's the third line, sorry. This is the dog, the fish, the lilies, the ring. Ooh, I like those together, interesting. The tree, I also like that there. The paths, making a choice, and the whip, interesting. Now we have the child, the mice, that's the moon card. There's the heart, the house, there's your femme, the key, and the storks. All right. And then for our final four, we have, I didn't show that to you, that's the fox, the snaky, the coffin, and the anchor. All right. So first thing is we've got the masculine and the feminine. There is quite a bit of space in between here. Masculine Virgos, this is all your future, okay? Feminine Virgos, this is your present line. All of this is your past, and then this is your future, okay? Let me do a count to see if there are any cards in their houses. Just give me a moment. Okay, so we do have the dog in its own house here. And what that's telling me is that there is some type of, and it could be a codependent or a constant attention being left upon something, okay? So so the thing about dogs, we love them. They're loyal, they're beautiful, they love us immensely. But it can get to a dependency, okay? So just keep that in mind, that there might be the underlying dependency here, and it could be, you know, not necessarily in the relationship, but it could be a dependency in family or a dependency on a job situation. So we'll see how it all lays out. But just know that that's kind of an underlying energy. All right. Okay, Virgo, let's get started. So for the masculine, some success is coming your way, and it's coming your way that's going, it might be that you are moving, or that your job is moving, because we have the corporation card here. So you might be getting some type of letter or email or job offer that is providing you the opportunity to move in your corporation. So you could do a physical move. Now this could mean actually that you are just offered a position that's higher, so you would be moving up, if that makes sense. But there's definitely some type of success coming your way that's moving you forward in your corporate or in your job situation. If this is university, same thing, where there's something opening up for you at the university where you can move forward. So perhaps you're applying for a new what would that be? A new grad program, and you're waiting to hear back. So that's moving you forward. Okay. Now in the super future, future, it may feel like it is a challenge. Okay. So this might be an opportunity that seems bigger than what you may feel like you can handle, but ultimately it's something that you've been dreaming of, and it's something that is destined for you. Okay, so keep in mind that this is something that you've been wanting. It just might be, it comes to you all at once. It might be bigger than life, and that might mean that it feels like it's a challenge. It feels like it's something that could be a tough road ahead, but just know that you are being watched over as you move forward on that road. Okay, so and that's specifically for the masculine, but for feminine, again, right now we're in the place that you might have been offered some kind of change either at work or at school, some type of big corporate change, and right now you're moving forward feeling it's a little challenging, but knowing that there is that connection for you. And this is also something that you're looking towards, all right? All of this feminine is what you're thinking about. Masculine, there's a lot of energy happening in the subconscious, all right? So let's move to the second line. I really like that first line. Second line, there are some sweet talks around you. Sometimes the birds can mean gossip, but when it's here with the bouquet and the garden, what I'm seeing is that there are, people are saying good things about you, okay? You're being talked about and you may see this or you may not know about it. Or these could be little sweet texts that you're receiving from someone who might love you, someone who might like you a whole lot. But it is something, this might even be something that's put in social media so that everybody can see it, okay? So there's talk about you and people looking to you and really supporting you. Now, it can come quickly, and the clover here actually softens this scythe card. The scythe card can cut through things, but the clover being here means that it's a dull cutting through. So what I would say is that this is kind of a slow development, whereas this is all happening very quickly. The talking and the community support, all of this is slowly developing into something that can reveal. Maybe it's like a whole new connection. It's far away from the love, so I'm wondering what this information is in the future. There is a little bit of burden and confusion by all of this. So if people are talking about you in a very loving and supportive way, perhaps Virgo, you might be, and I feel like this sometimes, Virgo, is that sometimes you don't trust, what you don't trust people around you just because you're holding your cards close to yourself. So if people are saying beautiful things about you, they're giving you support, trust it, okay? I think that you might be confused by it, you might not necessarily trust it in the future, and you're waiting for some kind of secret to be known, some type of, the shoe to drop, basically. And right now I'm not seeing that there's anything that's being dropped about it. So I think that what's happening right now, Virgo, and again, for the feminine, this is in the past. Right now, you might be confused about this information. But what's happening is that you're getting a lot of support from the universe. You're being given whatever opportunities you've been really wanting. Okay, you're being given all of the support from the people who might have in the past, even not supported you. So maybe that's why there's no trust here. But it seems like the support is really coming forward for you. And let's see if it's, it might be support for this job situation because it's all underneath all of this. Feminine, just keep in mind that if there's talks that's happening around you that you're finding out about, try to trust it, okay? Do your best to trust it as it's unfolding, because I'm really feeling like it's coming from a really blessed supportive, beautiful place, not a place that's going to cut you down, okay? All right. Now, let's move to this third line. This third line looks like it's a financial line. So we've got a mentor that you might be working with, like a financial mentor that you might have been working with for a long time, or this person might have been doing this business for a very long time, and you've made a commitment with them. So maybe this is even like a financial partnership. So masculine, this is all coming up in your future. Feminine, this might be something in your past where you've had a connection, a financial connection, maybe even it's a family connection with your father or your mother. It's a long-term lineage of finance, and it's been a commitment that, and that even makes sense here with this tree. The tree can be a lineage as well, a legacy. So this could be the family, your family. In the future for masculine, you're setting up a lineage connection for your future. So perhaps you're thinking about investing and making sure that your future and your legacy, perhaps children even, are taken care of in the future. For the feminine, this has already been something that's established. And so right now you're looking at these finances, at these investments, and maybe deciding, is this the best choice, right? There's maybe wondering if this is really the best choice, if we put the money in the right spot. So I feel like for feminine Virgos, you might be to a point where in the past, you took a lot of advice from the authoritative person in this, in the mentorship, right? If there's a mother or father or, an advisor, and now you're to the place now where you may be choosing to take the reins, right? Making the next choice of where this financial, where the financial investments are going to go. And it might be something where you have to look at this over and over again. You're really deciding hard about it. You really want to make sure that you make the right choice. Totally understandable here. And if this is a work card, I'm not going to read it that way because I don't feel like it is. I really feel like we're talking purely finances. So if we're talking about just savings, right? It doesn't even have to be, a family savings plan by any means, but just savings that you've had. Right now you're looking at, for the feminine, perhaps you're looking at multiple savings opportunities, perhaps changing your investment strategy, something along those lines. You're looking at this commitment and you're thinking maybe there's a change that can happen. For the masculine, this is all happening underneath the scenes as well. So there might be some question of making a long-term goal, making a long-term investment strategy for yourself for the future, okay? Now it's quite a bit farther along, so just see how that develops for you, all right? Here's our fourth line. Now, we're gonna get to the love and the home. I'm going to connect it to that ring as well. So let's see here. We've got a little bit of nervousness that's way underneath here. So for the masculine, maybe just the thought of having children, maybe just the thought of settling down is creating a little bit of nervousness for you, masculine. So just breathe if that's the case. Now for the feminine, same thing. You might have had this nervousness in the past, or this could just be an emotional connection to the idea, right, of children, to the idea of even children in your life. It seems like there's just some kind of anxiety about having children in your life. Now, we want to pass through this, and so for the feminine, we have moved through it. For the masculine, you're still processing, but I think that you are going to get through it because we've got this emotional card. You're really setting into your intuition. Masculine, you're allowing that to come forward. Intuitively, you know that there is deep love and stability at the home with this choice of having children, of having family, of really nurturing a commitment. All of these things are beautiful cards together. Feminine, I feel like this is in your near past, okay? You've really been assessing not only the finances, but assessing where you are in life, assessing the love, assessing your stability at home, any type of relationship that is that you've met. Look, this guy is way in your past here. You're thinking about him. So you might be looking back at the one who got away and thinking, well, if we had gotten connected, if we had actually married, then perhaps children might have happened. And you know, you're just kind of reflecting upon all of these things, okay? Now, I also am feeling like feminine, you've set yourself up pretty well. So you've moved through this emotional nervousness to a place that's much more stable for yourself. And I think that that's what's really unlocked any kind of new beginnings that are coming your way. So in February, for the feminine, I feel like there is the potential for a new love. Now it's hard because this love is in the past, we have to get to the future, but I think that because of all this reflection, all of this work that you've been doing, you've got a new beginning. There's something that you've been nurturing that's about to be birthed, right? And I think that it has to do with this love, this family situation that you really are wanting to bring forward, okay? Now, it may be with this person who got away in the past. They are still here, but they're so far away that I'm really not sure if it's this person from the past or if it's something totally new, because usually this is a brand new beginning here, okay? So I would say if you're the feminine, you're ready. You've been putting all of this work into it, and I think that it's coming. It's very, very close to you. For the masculine, I think that all of this processing is happening to you underneath. It's very subconscious, and you're really working towards it. I feel like there is a woman in your future. You may not see her. She may sneak up on you, and you might meet in any of these connections. So you might meet at work, when you're doing that whole work situation change, you might meet, and she might be a subordinate. She might work underneath you. Or if you're at, if this is a collegiate atmosphere, then again, she might be just a younger student, and you might be, and I'm not saying like grad student to student or whatever, but she's underneath, subordinate of your positioning up here, okay? But new stuff is coming. We just have to move through whatever disease, whatever uneasiness and anxiety that we might have had in the past. Okay, so here we are. Here's our summation. Now, these are some tricky cards. Let's see what's going on here. The fox is really about taking care of self. He's cunning and he's wise, and he knows, this is the entrepreneur card. He looks for opportunity. So there might be opportunity in something that's lying underneath that you're not seeing, okay? So keep your eyes open this month, Virgo. We did talk about the dependency card here. So there might be somebody who's trying to, latch on, ride your coattails. So keep that in mind as well. If this is the family situation, we're going to have to transform that energy. Oh, that was interesting. I don't know if you saw that, but the rose quartz just moved on the table. So that might mean, that might have meant that that's what's on point for someone, is that if this is the family situation, we have to transform that energy because we want to get ultimately to this stable place. And long-term stability is what we're wanting here. Okay, Virgo? So let me know if this resonates. It's a really interesting read. I feel like there's some beautiful things that are just along the other side of these cards that we can't quite see yet. So let's process through all of this so that we can move forward. And tune in to all of the other February readings that I'll be doing, because we'll see more. We'll see more of what is coming for you. So thanks for joining me. And for now, I'm going to send you all of my love.